Joe, because of all the injuries at defensive end, who have you moved there for the spring and maybe for longer?
We've moved the big kid Jones out to at defensive end, and then we have, I can't pronounce his name, but O-L-A. He and Stanley are playing one end. A kid by the name of Burbitz is playing out there. But the biggest move we've made is put Jones out there. But we don't want to make that permanent. We're trying to do that so we have some balance in the spring and we can give the offensive line some real competition so that they can improve. And hopefully we'll have Crawford and a lot more back if we have them back. The same way in tight end. I'm hoping we get the big kid from Delaware back, Zerber. But if he isn't back, there's only one kid that's played any tight end, and he had a start for us as a true freshman last year and did a heck of a job.
Joe, what are your expectations for Derek Moy going into a senior year? What kind of year do you think he's going to have?
I don't know. You know, I think he can be real good, but you know, we gotta stay healthy. There's a lot of things. He's got. Again, every once in a while he gets a little sloppy with his studies, but he's certainly got a lot of ability. Our wideouts are in good shape. We've got good wideouts. I'm not worried about it. I think that part's fine. We don't. Losing Drake is a big deal because Drake could do so many things. Drake could be a running back. Drake could be a quarterback. Drake could play defense. Drake's just a heck of an athlete, but he's been banged up so much. And the other kid is, not only the other kids all have opportunities to be good. So I think we could end up with 4 or 5 good wide receivers. But again, that doesn't do much for the tight end.
How has cornerback Derek Thomas looked so far after not being around last year?
He's he's got to go to school first. His lifestyle's not, what you would hope it would be, and that's not. He certainly is getting better. He's getting better, but he's got again, our secondary is pretty solid. He's got a long way to go to beat out a couple of kids. With Powell coming back at the corner, and Mars and Lynn and the corners, and we got a young kid by the name of Wallace in there. We put Kenny over there at corner, and I think Kenny's a long way off, but eventually he's going to be a good corner. So he's got some work ahead of him. Second, we got pretty good. Some good kids in the secondary. So we're all right. Defensively, if we can get some of those down people back and healthy, we're way ahead of where we would be offensively. Linebackers have got some depth there. Got a couple of good linebackers and a couple of freshman kids that are good like Hull's a really good prospect.
Joe, how about Brandon Ware? Has he gotten some weight off of him, or is he still?
Brandon Ware is, sorry you brought it up. He's doing really well. Had a good semester academically, and Ware's got ability. He's 320 pounds. He was about 340, 350. We got him down to about 320 now. And he moves well, and he's tough. He's got everything to be a really good football player. But his problem has been, he's gotten away with murder, and we've had to tie him down a little bit as far as going to class and things like that. But he's really trying. He's trying, and I got my fingers crossed. I mean, he could be, for his own good as well, he could be a really good player, not only here, but for the next 8-9 years. He's really got a lot of ability.
Coach, could you talk in depth about your offensive line?
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, we don't have a first-string offensive line right now. We got a couple of good tackles. Stankiewicz hadn't played much. He's at center. No, we don't have any depth yet. We don't have a good, solid first-string offensive line yet. That's a big job. We've got Dick Anderson and Bill Kenny, and they're going to do what they did last year. Took a bunch of kids early in the year that weren't that good, and at the end of the year, we were a pretty good offensive line. Not great, but we were solid, knew what we were doing, didn't make a lot of mistakes. So I think that's what we got. That's what we got to do, step by step with this group. But right now, I could not tell you who's going to play, who's not going to play.
Going back to Curtis Drake, how bad is his injury?
Curtis Drake's got it's his leg. He's out for the year. You know, and he lost another year, so he's not going to make it this year. He's not going to help us this year. He's not going to play. So, well, I guess it depends on his recovery. There again, I think the doctors and medical people can give you a better answer than I can give you. Because they know, I'm speculating about something I don't know very much about.